Hi everyone, welcome to Kats Creations live on Sunday night, where tonight I'm going to teach you how to make a bike rim or bike wheel wreath. The thing that I like about the way that I will show you how to do this design is that you're not gluing anything on the actual wreath. So if you wanted to use this for a different holiday, you could remove the florals and then remove the sign and then just add totally different florals. A little bit different, so it depends. Let me go back. So the rim comes to you painted like it's just a silver stainless steel rim. So you can paint it a wide variety of colors. The fact that I've painted it red limits what holidays you could probably use it for. You could use it for Valentine's Day. You could use it for Christmas. You could use it for a wide variety of different summer themes, and then obviously for patriotic. You could leave it silver, but then it really limits your options on like what your color theme is going to be or what your florals are. You could paint it white. It would, and that was the one that I shared earlier today in the Facebook post. If you caught those, it was the one I did last year. I did it white, and then it gives you a little bit more variety of like what you can use it for. So all of the materials, as far as the florals go, all the florals came from Hobby Lobby. So up until last week, it was 50% off on florals, which means that this week is 50% off on ribbons and mesh. So if you want the florals, then wait until the following week, and then your florals will all be 50% off, which is a huge savings. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but florals, for whatever you're going to utilize, like if you wanted to make this design, you're going to have to go out and buy the full bunches of all the florals. Granted, you'll have enough to do 2 or 3 or 4, but that initial cost investment is going to be hard because it's a lot. Florals are expensive, especially the nicer florals. The more nicer your florals, the more expensive they have a tendency of being. The bike rim or the bike frame is actually came from Craft Outlet. I've had it for a while. I think I ordered these like right around January, and so there's a bunch of other places that sell them in 16-inch. This one is actually a 21-inch frame, and I like this on a door because it's a little bit bigger presence. If you think about it, like our standard wreaths are 24 or 25 inches. So if you're doing a floral on like a 16-inch frame, everything has to be like, you're not going to use as much, but then your presence on your door is going to be a whole lot smaller. So I prefer to go bigger. But when you do that, they're harder to find. So when you find them, it's good to try to get at least 3. That way you can have one for your patriotic holidays, one for fall, maybe one for Christmas.
And they're not that much, right? I think they're only like $12.
Yeah, something like that, $12 or $13. Depends on where you find them. Like I said, I don't know if Craft Outlet carries these any longer. So when I see them, I will generally get that set of 3 so that I have them for that, whatever seasons I need for the year. Ribbon. So I'm thinking that these are going to be my 3 ribbon choices. I might change it. So I have these ones over here in case I'm inspired to go something different. And they're all 1.5 inches. This one actually came from Shinoda. This blue 1.5 inches came from Kringle Designs. And then this 1.5 inches also came from Shinoda. So that's going to be, you know, when we add our bow to the frame, once we get our florals done, that'll all like factor in. And then we're going to incorporate this 5x7 sign. I'd like to add a little bit of a small touch to the design. So I went with something that isn't so much stuck with Happy 4th of July or things along that nature. This way, if you have your home that's, you know, Americana or a patriotic type of a theme, then this is not stuck with a seasonal type. Like you can only just put this up for that season. So this could technically stay up all year round. Hobby Lobby for the wood sign. So if you're new here, let us know. I'd like to welcome you. let me know where you're from so that we can try to get you a crafting connection. A lot of people come on here and they're like, hey, is there anyone from so-and-so city and state? Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. So that's where we like to kind of do that little thing. If you like this design and want to replicate it once you get all of your stuff, it's so much easier to reference if you just click the share button and put it on your page, because then it's always there. You know right where it's at. You don't have to like, was it on this person's page or this person's page? It's now on your page. If you want to get notified when we go live, like and follow the page. And then once you're actually on the page, just click on the screen. Keep your, if you have a tablet or like Kindle or something, put it in the vertical mode. Tap the screen on the upper right hand corner, 3 dots. You can go ahead and click those dots. It opens up a sub menu. In that sub menu, you get the option to turn notifications on or turn live notifications off. YouTube subscribers, a little bit different for you because this is a Facebook Live from Sunday, May 22nd, right?
Yeah.
Okay. May 22nd of the year 2021. And you'll just click your little subscription button in the upper right hand corner. That will notify you when we drop a new video into my YouTube channel. And in case you guys didn't know, I'm on YouTube under KatsCreationsNMore. So that's how you can find a lot of my public lives. So much easier to find.
So we have Jamie Greach, who's first time watching you from Pennsylvania. Welcome.
Ooh, I have family in Pennsylvania. I love it there. You guys are getting ready to, like, not ready, but the fall. The fall on the East Coast is just like unforgettable and amazing. So you guys have...
I'm better getting the summer.
I know. See, but I'm like finishing up the last of the summer designs so that we can actually get to fall, Christmas, Halloween, all the fun stuff. The holidays I really look forward to. So, okay, let's get started. So I'm going to set the bike rim aside, and I'm going to show you, because we're going to build everything like we do the lantern swags. So if you guys have seen me do a lantern swag, we're going to build it here. All of the floral is wired, so that makes things kind of nice because then you can bend it to get it to fit in your frame. And then we're going to zip tie the whole thing to our frame, because then that allows you to, you know, snip your zip ties off, and then you can go ahead and replace it with something else.
My apologies, today is Sunday the 23rd.
Oh, Sunday the 23rd. See, I can't do it on my watch because it says Mevo. So that's all I see is it's like, okay, my phone's attached to my, to the Mevo device.
Hi, Sue. Remember you? She's the one from Australia.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
Okay, so zip ties. You will need them because I put everything together with zip ties. I try not to glue things because I want people to be able to remove them, or if they want to utilize something else, makes it easier to switch out because then it's not glued to the bike frame. What you will need though is you will need some greenery to begin with. This is boxwood from Hobby Lobby. It comes in a bush like this. Don't look in the floral thing, you know, like how the florals are in those little buckets. Go back to like wherever their sections are where they do the hanging garlands or they do the greenery. So you'll find these mixed in with the greenery. They're a little bit better on the price than trying to purchase like a boxwood stem. And then this has a lot of picks that you can break apart and you can use these individually. So as you can see, this is going to go an awful long way. So we want... I should get my better cutters, which are these ones, instead of my handy dandy ones. It's like, why stress? Why stress the joints when you don't have to? These just make it so much easier. So I'm going to snip probably about 5 of these pieces off for my greenery. Because I think boxwood in summer kind of goes hand in hand. You could use ficus, you could use fern, you could use whatever appeals to your design sense. So one more. And you'll see I still have quite a bit left. I try to keep as much of the stem as possible. The nice thing about these boxwoods is you can push them up so that you can keep them all kind of fluffy at the top. You can kind of leave them a little bit, like you might want to do one like this, maybe do one a little bit more spread out. I'm gonna leave that one. I'm gonna push this bottom up just a touch, bring the middle up. So I'm going to layer these because these are going to be my base. So there is my 3. And then I'm going to do the same thing with these ones. We're going to push this one up so that we have really long stems that we can work with. And this is what makes it work, is if you have a stem base, meaning do you have something that has a really long stem on it, like as we push these up, you get a really long part of your stem. And so what I'm trying for is to keep a hand's width between them. So this is where the bow portion of your wreath is going to go. So this is where you start your first zip tie. So we're going to zip tie the greens. There's one. Zip tie it over here. And I'm going to go through this one.
If it's sold out at Craft Outlet, which a lot of people just said it was, the wreath shop also carries them, so try there. They have it in the silver and I think in like a rust color.
What's the dimension there? Is it
16 and a half?
We do 21. So
Oh,
that's
21?
like this one's a 21.
Okay.
Okay, so see how I have it right here just for my hands. So now we're going to take our base florals, which are going to be, I want red, white, and blue roses. So we will take a red. We want to make sure that you keep your greenery on there. There's a white. There's a blue. And then we'll do the same for the other side. There's that. Here's our white. Here's our blue. Sometimes I like to get a little picky on the shape of the bloom. So there's that. So now we'll do the same thing here. All these, like, you constantly want to keep pushing your greenery up. So I'm going to do like one here. We're going to flip this one this way. And we'll take the blue one and like kind of bend it more towards the back. So that we have a red, white, and a blue represented there. Kind of like that one. These are kind of going all the way to the other side. So I am going to zip tie these ones, just because I like where the placement is right now. Got to get it past that. I don't want to let go, because if I let go, they'll move. And I don't want them to move. We're going to do the same thing. Push those up. You can kind of come down. Leave your white in. Let's do the blue to the inside on this side. So bring this one up a little bit more. We'll have this one lean to the inside, and then we'll have the red angled to the outside here. So a little bit different. Okay. I'm going to go in between this one. Zip tie. Bring this down under my boxwood leaf. Okay. That one's there. So voila, we have our little stem going. Just in case you want to check and see, is it long enough? So this is the way it's going to be on our design. So imagine bow. Okay, we can go a little bit longer here on some of our greenery. It depends on like how far. I usually try to not go beyond the halfway point because you still want to be able to see that it is a bike wheel. I always want to say frame, rim, something like that.
Rim, yeah.
So we're like in the right ballpark. So now let us bring in, where are they? I have some baby ranunculus and have a couple bigger ones. Again, Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby for the win. Okay, we're gonna snip this one off just so we have a bunch of different florals represented on both sides. Add this one. Save all the leaves. So you never know when you'll need those in your other greenery. You definitely want to remove the tag. I'm super excited to see this design because it's like you don't really know how it's all going to play out until you build it.
Charlotte's a good tip. She said, I just got some really cute boxwood-like picks with little flowers that were either red, white, or blue from Michael's for about $1.07 each.
Really?
On sale, yeah. So
I might have to go over there.
That's what's so great about the group. People can throw stuff out, and it's like, we'll take any tip that you guys have.
Anyone will take any tip that people have to share. So I'm going to add my ranunculus to the top, and then I'm going to do the same over here. Those are my extras. So what I did is I kind of pulled, you know, one of my blooms up. You can flip these around, kind of weave them in. So you have a bunch of different options here. I'm trying to get my stem, trying to get it over my little zip tie part just so it'll stay there. Let's add some little, we'll take a couple of the little ones. I like doing a large, a medium, and then a small floral. So these will be nice because these pair in well with the small. You can put them to the outside. Like these ones are going to kind of go a little bit more to surround the red. These are going to the outside of this one. Now I'll zip tie these all in.
Yep. Hey, gals who join a little bit late, you don't never have to worry about apologizing. It is what it is, right? You guys jump on when you can.
That's what we say. Life.
So that's why the replays always be available.
Exactly. Or sometimes you get notified late by Facebook, right?
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know what happened. I have my notifications on and I saw that you were on. I was like, wow, I never got notified. Okay.
Rose asked, are you going to be placing the florals on the outside of the rim or on the spokes?
It's going to go on the outside of the rim. This one's weird. This is like a weird zip tie that was way over here. And I was like, why is it way over there? I never tried it. But lo and behold, it's a defective zip tie. So yeah, these are actually going to go to the rim on the outside. Okay, so we have a couple of those. Let us add, I'm looking at the colors. We looked these up before we went live. So we have these, we have the darker blue. This is just my collection of what I grabbed from Hobby Lobby. And we have some of these. What were these called? My book is over on the other side.
Not the African violet, right?
Yes.
African violet.
These actually, there's an app called Picture This. So if you use that app, it says that these are African violets. You take a picture of it and then it looks it up and tells you what kind of plant it is. So at least we have a couple. So I'm going to take these and like where I have predominantly more white, I'm going to add in a little pop of the blue. We'll take some of the red off of here. Again, pushing these all up. I really want to bring, I think
Right, Alix? They do. She said, Alix said the rims sell really well. She sold 3 last week and wish she bought more.
And those are the things, right? Wish I would have bought more.
Yeah.
That's
You've
why I
had a
usually
couple
try
for
to
a
do
while.
3.
Yeah.
So I always do 1 for Christmas, 1 for fall, and then 1 for the patriotic holidays. I don't like this one. That just does not look very pretty. Let me push this one up. So I'll do the same thing.
Once again, Facebook is not letting me see all the comments. Thank you, Facebook.
Of course. Okay. So once we get those in, another zip tie. I'm sure you guys are figuring this out. I just kind of add different layers. Zip tie. I don't necessarily worry so much about like what's going to be in the center, because all we need is 1 small section for our pipe cleaner to hold our ribbon on. And we might come back here with more floral anyway. Let's add just a touch more greenery. This is called, hold on, something mistletoe. One moment, because I have my bug. Oak Mistletoe.
Oak Mistletoe.
This is called Oak Mistletoe. So, we're going to add a couple of these. Remember I told you we kind of want to go a little bit longer on the outside? So I'm going to pull about 4. 2 for the top, 2 for the bottom.
Thank you, Ellie, for sending the 150 stars.
Thank
I'm still new
you.
to that, so thank you.
Yeah, stars are new for us, but what stars is it's a way to tip your favorite person who's doing a Facebook Live. Each star is basically 1 cent. But we totally love the fact that we're able to do that. You can only get them once you've, logged in 600,000.
60,000 or 600,000?
No, it's 600,000.
Minutes.
Is it 600? It might be hours. Was it?
That's too many.
I don't know. One of those 2. So I'm going to take these and kind of add these so that I have just a little bit longer pieces. So I'm going to push these up.
And you
So
go back in and zip tie those to the...
Yeah, I will. I usually lay everything. And then I will go back in and zip tie. I just have to get them where I want them to be. So let's bring some of the boxwood up.
Rose said, interesting, I have 2 rims, and all the tutorials that I've watched, they place them on the spokes, so can't wait to see the completed project.
Oh, okay.
I would see if you do on the spokes that they kind of would...
Bend?
Well, or fall down.
Possibly. I am.
Thank you, Joan. She sent 50 stars.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny. She sent 50 stars.
You guys are so awesome.
That's
Thank
Jenny
you guys
Stewart.
very much. Okay, so I'm just kind of beefing. You kind of want it more long and thin if you're attaching to the outside rim. And it's going to kind of spill over a little bit onto the spokes and then kind of the opposite direction, which is exactly what you want. So remember, long and thin. So when you're building, don't get so crazy, caught up in trying to go wide, because you want to go long. And I'm just going to kind of blend this one in with my blue and my ranunculus so that we have some different textures. And now we will zippy zip tie. So I go a little bit higher. So we're going to take it here. There's that one. Get this one. Kind of mix it in with these. That's why I love wired florals, so that we don't have to keep them, you know, static in just one spot. Okay. So pretty good, right? So far, looks pretty neaty. Looks pretty. Let's grab our frame, just for measurement's sake. Let's put this back in. And then, because right now it's straight, which makes for a great lantern swag or table runner once you put your bow in there. So you could technically use it as that. And this, we need to zip tie in. I just need to find out where it's at. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, I know. I just needed to find them. So I'm going to move my leaves back. I'm going to attempt to blend this in a little bit so it's not just out there by itself. There you go. Got to get the leaves out of the way. Then the leaves can actually go back over. And this one. Let's find out where this one's winding up. Right here. That way I don't confuse those. Trying to grab my zip tie so it blends in with my greenery. Okay. All right. Now we are going to bend it slightly because our rim is circular. So we need this to go in a circular motion so that when we attach it to the rim, okay, and let's get this one back in because this one is out. So where do I want you? It's supposed to be here. Under, over, okay, so now we've got a pretty good angle on this. Let's just kind of give it a little bit more of a bend. Same thing here. There's that one. Let me secure my ranunculus to my mains. Okay. Where is my zip tie end? There we go. Under all the leaves. Okay. Okay. So there is how it's going to attach on our rim. Now, before you actually attach it to the rim, the one thing that you want to be conscious of is when you go to attach your sign, I prefer to hang the sign on a straight piece of the spoke, I guess. So I'm going to let that flop backwards. So like it's going to fit in here like so. So we want to make sure that we're positioning this to where that actually works for us. Just like that. Because you don't want to put it on there and then you're like, how am I going to hang my sign? the sign needs to go vertically on one of your spokes, kind of slightly off to the side, or you can bring it in and let it kind of be more in. But I think this is where I'm going to look at attaching it, but we need to make the bow first because it just makes it so much easier. Actually, we can zip tie this to the rim. Let me do this way just to make sure. I'm going to just put one on here for now so that I know where I need it to be. Let me go ahead and pull this over. Could have probably done it with one. This is where our bow's going to go. So now that's on our rim. You will secure it in 2 more places. So usually what I try to do is find the meat of your big stem, like where the majority of everything is kind of clustered together. Kind of do like what we've been doing. Go up under the leaves.
We'll tell you the size of the sign here in just a second. I think it's around a 5x7.
It is a 5x7.
So there you go, 5x7.
Yep. Exactly 5x7. Okay. One more. Get this one up in here. So we don't want it to slide around the frame. And I'm going to need to undo this one because I got my ranunculus kind of stuck up against the rim and I don't want that. So I didn't mean to zip tie that one down.
Kathy, that's a good tip.
What's that?
She said you can also get bicycle rims. I've heard other people say from bicycle shops that repair bicycles. Just look in their scrap pile. I want to make sure it's aluminum though, because you don't want to steal bicycle rim, otherwise it'll be really heavy.
So now we will move all of our floral around. Okay. Kind of doing these a little bit differently. And see, just those 3 is enough to keep it in place. And I don't have to attach it to the spokes because it's got a little, I mean, if you're attaching it to the rim itself, it's a little easier. You could take it and try to wind it into the groove, but then I think it gives you, sometimes it gives you a lot of play in that area too. Okay, yes, I still kept it right. All right, let's make the bow for this. So we'll go ahead and set that aside. I'm gonna use my bow dabber just to hold it. Let me look at the colors. I think I want to pop the stars and stripes. Maybe we'll start that one. So we need to see how long our tails need to be. So we can come through here and decide, do you want long tails? Sorry, you guys can't see this. Lay your tails in here and decide where you want them to fall from the center of your bow. I kind of like that length right there. You might go a little bit longer and then you can kind of loop them if you want. That's kind of pretty. Let's see where that is. That is 7.5 inches. So we have to dovetail our ends, which means bring your wired edges together. You're going to cut from the folded side down to your point of where the wire ends, and that gives you really good dovetail. Now, because we're doing 1.5 ribbon, we don't want to go overly big with our bow. Like, we don't want a big, huge bow. It needs to be fairly small. So 7.5 inches. I'm going to probably start at about 4.5 inch loops and then go 4 and then 3.5. So move that one aside. So 4.5. And we'll do 4.5. We'll try 3 and then see how we like that. The one that I did, that I shared the photo on, was only, it was more floral than bow. So we will see what that looks like. And if we need to come back in, we can add more ribbon to our bow. We'll do this one. Okay. We will do this one at about 7 inches for the blue with the red, white, and blue. I'm trying to stay away from the red just because we already have it for the entire frame. So I'm trying to go things that complement that color palette. Okay. Double check our sizes. And then back out to 7. Somebody's talking. Who is that, Mickey? Mickey's talking. Oops. Okay, let us look at, we have this one, which is a really nice, super thick canvas ribbon. I cannot find this ribbon online anywhere, which leads me to believe that it's probably discontinued. So we're gonna do 7-inch tails, and we'll bring the loops in just a bit. So these are probably like 3 3¾ not quite 4. They're like just shy of 4. And then let's see what this looks like. If it seems a little thin, then we'll come back in, reload it, and then I'll show you how, because we've never really done that before. Or did I do that? Once? I think I did it in the private group. Yeah. I was like, I didn't like the color of the ribbon, so I took the whole bow apart and we just changed out all the ribbon, which makes it a really nice thing to do. Because it shows you what to do when it's not to your liking. Actually, can you hand me, let's see if I have one in here. Can you hand me a red zip tie? Or not zip tie, pipe cleaner. Only because we're doing a red frame. So I think that's where I want to keep that one. I was going to do white, but I was like, no, we'll see it too much. Thank you. I know, I remembered I had a red, white, and blue one in the top, and I was like, I think I still have it. Nope, took it out. Okay. Super small bow. So we'll see how it looks like.
You're going to fluff it on the board or on the...
It's just on here. It's only a 3. It's super small. It's no point. There's no point in trying to fluff it on the, whatchamacallit,
Gotcha. The board.
On the board. So let's go ahead and pull all the tails down. Do the same thing here, except I think I'm going to do one of my tails out to the side. It's a little different when you've got the outer side to work with. now I'm going to separate. Get these kind of going where I want them to go. And we're going to go opposites.
Any questions?
Where's my other loop? Let's get this one to go down.
I apologize if I missed any. It seems like Facebook again is not
Showing you everything you
showing me
need to
every
see.
comment. Yeah.
Let me look. Let's do this one just a touch shorter so it doesn't hang right on top of a particular flower. Do the same here.
Oh, Sabrina was great. She said, I found some in my son's room.
What's that?
The aluminum bicycle
Oh,
frames. He said he didn't need them.
nice.
It might be a little bit heavier because these are not true bicycle frames. In other words, you can't put this on a bike and try to ride it. These are decorative.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't have the little bell stem in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't try these on a real bike, right?
Yeah. But you can use a real bicycle frame.
Okay. I'm just getting it all fluffed where I want it to be. Okay, now we're going to add a couple more florals to this before we attach our sign. Let's see. I might pull. Now that I put them back, I want them out. Let's do red.
Well, at least that's the last two tails are 7-inch.
Yes. And you saw that I went in and actually made adjustments, and I actually took them down a little bit. So I'm just kind of laying this in to see if I like this color here. I may end up putting this one at the bottom. And then I'll go in and actually attach them. Let me see. I had a place for this one. There. That one makes me happy. And then let me look at this one, because I put one right next to the red flower. I was like, not really feeling that one. Okay. All right. So let me add these back in to my mix.
Laura said Dollar Tree's does have some bike frames, but they're kind of flimsy, so you want to put two together. Kind of interesting.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it might be really thin.
I'm actually able to take these and slide these right back into my little
Bundle.
my bundle. Yeah. And of course now this one gets stuck right when I said that. Okay. There we go. Can't get a good grip. There we go. Yay, success. So we're kind of tucking those in around the loops of our bows a little bit. Let me show you what we have so far. Just like so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's bring these back up a bit. So we're not laying down so far. Okay. Let's attach our sign, which I'm going to save my wooden beads because I think those are adorable. We're going to attach this one to our spoke. Pull some of these around.
Remember, guys, if you guys decide to do this, you could make your floral arrangement further along the bicycle wheel. You could make it shorter if you wanted.
Kind of wanted to see. Wanted to see all three colors. I was seeing more red and white. And I wanted to see a little bit of blue ribbon in. So how do I want to attach these?
You could do floral wire.
Yeah, I could. I know, I'm like trying to think, because I want it, I don't know where I want it to kind of fall. Do I want it here? Kind of like that a little bit more. I'm just like processing how would I do that. Like, could we, you're gonna see it no matter what, but I'm like, how can we make this the least intrusive? Like, could we get by with a zip tie stapled on and zip tie it?
I think this spoke is too skinny.
You do? Even with the sign attached? So you're saying floral wire? Or pipe cleaner?
Either, yeah.
Let's do pipe cleaner on red. Can you grab me another two red?
Or you could probably, you could probably cut it in half and do it.
I'd rather have more to play with than less. If that makes sense. Okay, thank you. So these need to get hung from the top. So we're gonna go right over the top.
Hi Pam. Oh, thanks for the stars. She sent 50 stars.
Thanks, Pam. Okay, let's get this one. That one did not want to go in. Neither did that one. Let's try here. I might not have liked the placement on top of the weave. Because I tried to put it on top of where the twine was. I don't want to try to pull the staples out of that one. Just because I don't want to go too close to the edge. Okay. Let us try this. The last time we did this, I think I actually had a metal sign. So of course that worked out perfectly. So I'm trying to get this where I need it to go. And then I can pull it through my spoke. So I kind of want it resting up. There we go. I don't want to flip it over. Okay, let me get this one going. And then we'll do this one. This one's going to need some serious strength. And I don't want it to slide, so I need to incorporate something that will keep it from moving down, like this. You know how hard it is to twist things in between spokes?
Pretty hard.
You're not meant to do that. I'm doing it in very small increments. I feel like I'm trying to put a socket in a very small spot. Which works out nice because it's right next to my hub. So it's not going to slide anywhere. Which works out great. Okay, let us snip. Twist this back around. Do the same thing here. All kinds of weaving through the spokes. Small fingers of bliss. Okay, so there we have our sign, which is, I have it centered on the hub so it can't slide far down, whatever. I don't want it to hit that rim. I want it to stay where it's at. What are you looking at?
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So now let me just add a touch of filler flowers. Filler flowers meaning Queen Anne's lace. Let me just snip some of these off. I don't need the leaves. Maybe just a couple of these. Okay. Well, I guess you want to join, so we'll take them too. So I'm going to take the leaves off. And you can kind of look at where you want to see, like, break up some of your greenery. So snip this down pretty low. I'm going to look at finding a home for them where I can kind of weave them around some existing floral. There's that one. And yes, I will come back in and glue those. That's why my glue gun is out. So I'm going to come in here. And these are just going to get glued to the bundle. So I'm trying to find an opening. And then kind of make sure I can separate them like those. And another one.
Laura, she already has a bow in there if you can see it.
Yeah, this is my bow. It's already in.
They were so beautiful. I love this. Love everything you make.
I don't think I'm going to use this one. I kind of like where that's at. So let me take this out. Or actually, I don't have to take it out. Let me find it.
Open up the area and just do it.
Yep. I actually want to make sure it's where it needs to go, though. It's kind of going sideways. Okay. And now we'll get this all readjusted around our roses, around our ranunculus. Do the same over here.
We just love this.
Trying not to disturb it where it's at, but I need to find it, the base, so I can keep grabbing a leaf and then, there we go. Ran out of a glue stick. There we go.
Oh, thank you, Joan. She said I could watch you all day long. Just beautiful as usual.
Aw, thank you. Okay, we're gonna go up, under. Make sure everything is like bending in the right direction. See, look, it's like a lazy Susan, but not. Okay. Let's fix some of these rose petals. almost like you have to learn how to master florals, right?
Yep.
Okay, you guys ready to see it on the door? Let me pull up my other star ribbon because we moved it. Okay, take this one down, put that one up. Super simple. Here we go. So let me do this really quick. Because ain't no one got time to see pipe cleaners. So I don't want to hear it on the back of the door. Let's do this. Okay. See, that's kind of what it looks like from the back. You just have a zip tie, a zip tie, and a zip tie. So if you wanted to remove this and replace it with other floral, 3 snips, change your sign, you're good to go. Okay, so let's make sure it hangs where I want it to. Okay.
If you have a hook for your door or something like that, you can just hang it on the hook and zip tie it around the hook.
Like the door hanger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a door hanger.
Well, ours is out. There it goes. I had it out. That's why I was like. Okay. So straight to you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. I just had to make sure it looks straight to you. So there you have a patriotic floral bike wheel, bike rim wreath. And like I said, nothing was permanent that I attached to that. So it allows me, if this was mine, I can switch that out and I never have to like worry about things being glued on. I could snip the 3, add a whole new thing, whether it's Valentine's Day or whether it's Christmas. You could go in and put your holly and your pines in there and then just change out your sign because it's just twist tie down there with pipe cleaners. Switch out your sign, put another one that says like Merry Christmas or Home for the Holidays, and then you can change out the looks of your bike wheel wreath. I would say wheel, but
Sharon says such a lovely different wreath. It is.
I'm looking
and
at
Lily
yours.
said happy wheels, love it.
Thank you. Okay, so here's the question. Look for a poll that I'm going to post later today that says basically, I know next weekend is Memorial Day. So real quick, give me thumbs up if you guys are going to not be home next Sunday. Because everyone usually has that Friday, that Saturday, Sunday, and they either come back Monday. Give me a heart if you're going to be home. Because then it's really easy for me to see. Heart if you're going to be out of town on Sunday. Or no,
Nope.
thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
If you're out of town. Heart if you're going to be home. Because I'm trying to, like, people are like, are you going to be on next Sunday? I was like, I'm not sure.
I got 3 hearts, 4 hearts, 5, 6
I know.
hearts.
I'm seeing a lot of hearts. So I know, like, the people on our group were like, we're going to be gone. So we might not do our group on, our private group on Sunday, but we'll see. So I'm going to put a poll out there and say, should we go live on Sunday at 6? Yes or no? I'll ask you guys to help me vote, and then that will help us make a decision. I'm seeing a lot of people saying they're
Just click the little thumbs up, blue, or the red heart, and don't actually put a heart in the
You can put the heart in there if you want to do that. I can see that too, because those stay.
Maybe
the other
hearts.
ones just float.
Yeah.
So it looks like we might be live on Sunday, because I know we're not going anywhere. We never go anywhere on the holiday weekends. We go on the non-holiday weekends, so we don't have to fight traffic. Okay, well, looks like I might be putting together some crazy stuff for next Sunday. But thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate all of you showing up and letting me know. Thanks, Barbara, for the really big heart. And I will talk to you guys probably next week, Friday, but look for the poll so I can kind of help you guys decide, should we be on or should we give you guys some grace and let you guys go. Have a great weekend, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye.